What did you do during the game Monday night?
I watched the game from home. It sucked to sit there and watch the team play and not be able to do anything. But use the time wisely, try to get better. So I'll be ready for this week.
You obviously want to be out there every week, but how impressed were you with the guys that filled in for a bunch of defensive players had to step up?
Yeah, I was very impressed, especially right after that first drive. I felt like everybody was making their tackles, especially AC Austin. He did a great job. There was a part in the game where you kind of pick the sound up, and you hear him making the calls and things like that. And just to see the command that he had was pretty cool to see. And I was excited when they were on the field. I was not. I was not watching the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Are you a guy who like yells at the TV when you watch it, or what's it like watching it?
I'm definitely a guy that yells at the TV. You call out plays and think that they're gonna hear you say what you called out. But so I was watching it with like Cliff and Cam and those guys. So we was all just yelling at the screen. It was fun.
When did you get a sense that the groin was going to be an issue last week going into the game?
I did it early in the second quarter. I didn't think it was anything serious until after the game, and got it checked out. And I think I just had to trust the trainers. Last year I kind of was in the same situation when it came to my hamstring, and I can't necessarily say that I trusted the trainers in that situation, and it kind of lingered for the last 8 games. So. It wasn't something that I wanted to do again. So I made the grown-up decision and did the right thing this time.
Bobby, you heard Russ talk about Ezekiel Elliott. How difficult of a running back is he to slow down out there?
He's very difficult. He runs really hard. I think they have a great scheme, and he's able to read the lineman very, very well. He's very physical. I don't see him running out of bounds too often. And so, he's a guy you have to put the body on. You have to make sure you hit. And, I'm excited for the challenge. And, we coming back home. I think it'll be a fun game.
What about with Dak and how his role's kind of evolved as he's grown in the league?
Yeah, he's doing a good job. I think last week you guys could see they try to evolve him a little bit more in the run game. So he's a guy that you have to be accountable for in the run game. He's going to make his passes. They're trying to do the whole kind of like new thing that everybody's doing, the RPOs. But if we read our keys and do what we need to do, I think we'll be fine.
Why were you so stubborn about your hamstring last year?
I don't know. I just don't like missing games. I don't like watching. I felt like it was something that I could manage and I could deal with, and I wanted to be out there for my teammates, and I felt like I could help. And I felt like I did I felt like I fared pretty well up until the Jacksonville game. I think that's when it really got worse, and then it kind of lingered into the Rams game, which if you watch the film, you can see that. So kind of dealing with that, I just didn't want to do that again, and was smarter this time. I feel great, and I'm excited to get out there.
Physically, do you feel like you're at the same place now that you were before the opener or before you hurt the groin?
I feel better, so I'm good.
Dumb question, I guess, to ask if the game's a must-win and all that, because they all are. But, I mean, being 0-2 and all that, what do you kind of feel like where this team is and kind of the sense around the team this week and going into this?
I mean, I'm not going to give no cliche. You don't want to be 0-3. So, we definitely going to come out. I look at it as we're coming back home. You want to win every game at home. And so this is our first opportunity to be at home and, give our crowd something to cheer for. So, we're going to come out. We're going to do our thing. I'm not worried about it. We've, through my career, we've started all type of ways. We started really good. We started 1-4. We started all type of, it really doesn't matter, which is why, we've been so successful, towards the end of the season. I think it's just that mindset of understanding it's a long season and understanding, there's a lot of teams that start hot and don't finish that way. So you would rather be the team that, start slow but finish fast than the team that starts 7-0 but doesn't make the playoffs. So, I think that we're close. I do think that we have, a lot of pieces in place. And, we just got to grind. We got to work. Like, this is not going to be easy. I think that's what the young guys are learning. This game is not easy. Nobody's just going to roll over and let you win because you have Seahawks on your name. And so we have to just bring it.
You mentioned Calitro. How much do you think an experience like last week can help him just doing everything as immersed as he was in this past game?
It's going to help him a lot. I think he's a huge asset to our team because he's just a really good linebacker. That the first game you seen him at Will, and then the last game you seen him at Mike. So he's able to do a lot of things, and I think that's going to fare well for us, throughout the whole season. He's even really, really good at special teams. So he's a very, very good football player, and I'm excited he's on our team.
Bobby, what did you see out of Mikael Kendricks? Literally came into the team, I think, on Wednesday and was starting a few days later. What did you see from him at that weak side position from watching at home?
He was just playing fast. He got his hands on the rock, and, you definitely he had the sack. And so he was just out there making plays. It's really tough to come into, a defense and, be here for 2 days and then having to go out there and play and know everything. So, given the circumstances, I feel like he played really well. I think he should play, even better this week because he's had more time to, understand the defense, and, I'll be out there with him.
The numbers say that Prescott's running more this year. What do you see different than the last time you played Dallas?
I think they're evolving him more. I think he's, a lot of teams when they see him run, they're kind of trying to make him run, and he's taking it. And, I think if you watch the New York game, he ran the ball a lot, got a lot of first downs for them, and he's a good complement to Zeke. Zeke is such a good back that you have to make sure you have your eyes on him, but, Dak can run too. So it's kind of like, when you play a quarterback who can run, you have to account him for the run game. He is part of the run game and somebody that you have to have your eyes on. And, I look it to be no different. He's going to run the ball, and we'll catch him.
What does Shaquille look like year 2 compared to year 1 to you?
The confidence. I think it's confidence. I think it's, he had it last year, but it's definitely, grown because you have, all off season, all summer to kind of sit there and really dissect, what you did good last year, what you did bad, be able to be, in the system for a long time, So I think, you see his confidence. He's kind of like, he wants somebody to try him. And, when you tried him, you got 2 picks.
You talked about that confidence helping him sort of be confident enough to try to make a play. Does that maybe take some time when they're constantly being told, stay on top, don't get beat deep? Do you think that takes some time to sort of build that confidence in yourself?
Yeah, definitely, because I think, no matter who you are as a rookie, I think the first year when you come in, you're always thinking about make sure you do your job and make sure you are doing the right thing. So that's the typical thing, that it's who can progress the fastest to where you're not just thinking about doing your job, your job, but now you got to think about, okay, what is the offense going to run against me? How are they going to attack me? And once you start getting to that mindset, that's when you can make your plays. You can, I missed a route last week, so they'll probably try me on it, and you'll be able to see that route and jump it. So I think it's just the, kind of the growth through, the years of, you go from learning the playbook and concentrating on the playbook, and then you go from that to learning what the offense tries to do against your defense, and then you go and you watch film and just see what plays you can make, and then that's kind of, where you get it.
How has Shaquem handled the last week or so after such a fast start?
Shaquem, he's been good. He's been very, very positive. He was, didn't really play much last week, but, he's out there on special teams trying to make a tackle and trying to get in. So, I love his focus. I love, he's been through a lot. So, that's not going to affect him.
Anything else?
We're good?
Thanks, Bob.
Appreciate you.